Hey everyone, the Anthony S. You're alone. Today, gonna go into the management side of things because I've had this question asked a few times, and it's one that I'm working with my current client, and I decided it was to be talked about. How often do you evaluate your employees? For me, the short answer is every 3 months. The long answer is probably between. You gotta give at least a month between evaluations, and I wouldn't go longer than a half year. I wouldn't do longer than 6 months. The reason why I do 3 months, 3 months gives you time to look at someone's growth over a monthly process. So if you go as low as a month, you might be able to see some smaller changes in the way they work. But for most jobs, that's only it's only 20 days in that week or in that month that you're going to really see them grow. And there might be some holidays. You don't know how much, it might be a bigger growth need. They might have to get more, progress more than it would take in 1 month. So I like to see a month go by, maybe have a quick conversation with the person, say, hey, saw some great things, or hey, maybe we still work on this a little more. But every 3 months, give a full evaluation. And I mean the full, rate them on each thing, maybe have them give themselves some ratings, see where they're different, and see what might be the issue there. And then that way, if you do it every 3 months, you can really give them a decent window to say, hey, we talked about this last quarter, you weren't doing well. It's coming up again. You get 3 more months to really make these changes. If it's something that bad, right? Some people, they're good enough what they do. You can keep them around, and it's something you hope that they work on over time. But certain things like production or quality, you might have to say, hey, look, you got these 3 months, and if you're still not up to snuff, we got another 3 months, and that's it. I can't sustain having you on the grill unless you start producing. And at 6 months, that's a really long time. You kind of lose track of what's going on. Then in my opinion, you will see people after 4 months. They'll kind of lose track if you don't keep on them. And by keep on them, I mean just keep them accountable. Just let them know, hey, we're still working on this. By 6 months, maybe even 4 or 5 months, you're gonna say that like, oh, I kind of forgot about that because that was March and now we're in August. Like it could be a long time. And then even as a manager, you might lose track of what you wanted them to work on, and then you have to go back and look and try to find those sheets. So I definitely say 3 months is that magic number, at least for me and for everyone that I'm going to teach in the management side of things. It's going to be 3 months. I think psychologically, it gives people a breathing room. Like, okay, I got 3 months to make some changes, or it gives 3 months to just say, hey, you're doing great, you're still doing awesome. Let's see how you do next quarter, and see if they still grow from their current good. Now, we're going to talk about in a few different videos here, because I think I'm going to focus a lot more on management, how to be a manager in these videos coming up. Like when to review things, how to do write up forms, all that stuff, proper way to react to someone not quite acting the right way. But we'll definitely leave it at that for today. The reviews should be, in my opinion, every 3 months. The reason why I keep saying my opinion is because there is no right answer to this. There's optimal answers, some that might be better than others. And your optimal answer as an owner and or manager and or both might be 45 days, a month and a half. Most aren't doing any unless it becomes like a larger company, and then they kind of have to because it's required. But I suggest putting that right at the beginning. Even on your first employee, say, hey, the first employee, we're going to start strong, we're going to start correctly. I'm going to review you every 3 months on your production and see how things are going. Because even if it's one employee, if they're not getting enough done, then they're not getting enough done. You still got to make your money's worth in terms of an employee. And maybe they want to get a raise, and the only way to really do that is to evaluate them from quarter to quarter, and say, okay, you're doing better, you're getting more done, you're worth more to the company, and you deserve this raise. If you don't do reviews or you don't do anything like that, trying to give someone a raise or not, it's just like you feeling it out, and feeling it out's a pretty random. I don't know, kind of random in itself. I don't know how much you can really trust just the feel of the moment when maybe 3 days ago or a month ago you forgot what they did and they almost lost your company most of its profit for that year. So I say 3 months. This is the Anthony S. You Run Alone. If you want to talk about it, reach out. I'll happily help. Talk to you all soon.